Can you name the fastest growing non-premium car brand in Canada? Did you guess GMC? Well, neither did I. The Canadian industry is growing at about 7% a year, which is very strong growth. However, GMC is growing at a clip of 20% a year, and that's without an all-new compact utility. Well, here it is, the Terrain from GMC. We're just outside Quebec City to find out more.
The 18 Terrain is a little bit downsized from the current vehicle, so we've taken about 2 inches off the overall length, about a ½ inch off the top, and about a ½ inch off the width. So a slightly smaller footprint for the vehicle, but no sacrifice in terms of interior cargo space. So the vehicle will actually carry as much as the prior generation Terrain, and with fold flat seats in the rear and the front, very usable space inside the vehicle.
So GMC is doing something with this new Terrain that's different than they do over at Chevrolet. They're equipping it with more standard equipment. For example, the base model gets keyless entry, push button start, dual zone climate control, heated seats, and a leather wrapped steering wheel, all for roughly $30,000. Now, I'm in the Denali, that's the top dog, leather seats, you get the big panel roof, you get the power lift gate, you get the wireless charging, you slide your phone in and it charges while you drive, and some other features. Now, the other thing General Motors has been doing really quite well with all of their new products is their in-dash tech. In my opinion, is some of the most intuitive and easy to use, and it continues here. Standard screen is 7 inches on the base model, but the middle and upper trim, it's 8 inches. Comes standard with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. This is the first vehicle that I know of that has the very first standard USB-C connection. That's the new connection for a lot of the new Android phones. You plug it in here and there either way, and it allows you to connect. It's similar to Apple's Thunderbolt system. So there's 2 USBs in the front, 2 USBs under the armrest, and 2 in the back. So it's well connected. On top of that, it's an LTE 4G connection outside. You've got OnStar, and you've got Pages, similar to the way you would use a smartphone, and makes it very intuitive. So that really is, I think, some of the best stuff out in the market today is in this GMC. Now, General Motors has been on a major weight reduction and downsizing of engines. So this vehicle is a little bit smaller, so it's lighter, and it's got 3 engine choices. And a lot of other vehicles in this class don't offer choices. They give you kind of 1 engine. Honda CR-V is a perfect example of that. There's a grade walk. So you start out with a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. It's got 170 horsepower, but more importantly, it's got 201 pound-feet of torque. So that's the entry-level engine. The top of the line engine is the one I'm driving in this Denali. It's available on the middle and upper trim. It's a 2-liter turbocharged engine. It has 262 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. But the engine that intrigues me is the one that I think is going to be for those that are looking for an alternative now that Volkswagen has left the diesel space. They have a 1.6 liter turbocharged diesel engine, and it has 137 horsepower, but more importantly, 240 pound-feet of torque. Now, it's the most efficient when it comes to fuel economy, and it uses a 6-speed automatic, where the 2 other gasoline engines use a new 9-speed. So let's just think about the technology here. Lighter, new engines, new transmissions, and now, for the first time from General Motors in a vehicle of this size, a diesel option.
The GMC brand is having a record year here in Canada. With our premium lineup of SUVs and trucks, we are actually the fastest growing mainstream brand in Canada. We're up 20% year to date, growing 3 times as fast as the industry, and we think that's all because we're delivering vehicles that meet the key needs of Canadian consumers who are looking for a premium SUV and a premium truck in the Canadian marketplace.
Now, even though this is a brand new vehicle, new engines, new in-dash technology, new 9-speed transmission, the price is actually lower than before. It starts at roughly $30,000 for a front-wheel drive, $32,500 for an all-wheel drive, and goes all the way to $41,000 for this top-of-the-line Denali. There's one major omission, though, with car companies like Honda and Toyota adding in their safety systems for the most part as standard equipment. You have to pay extra to get it included on all trims, even this top Denali. That's something that they need to work on. But when it comes to in-dash tech and under-the-hood tech, it shows General Motors can make some fabulous vehicles, and here's one of them.
So Zach, you had an opportunity to drive both of these vehicles. What do you think? I mean, is there a clear winner?
Well, you know what? The Equinox is much cheaper at starting price of about $5,000 less than the GMC Terrain. And for me, that speaks volumes. However, you don't get the 9-speed automatic as the standard transmission. And the one thing I like about the Chevrolet over the GMC is that push-button transmission. You do kind of get used to it, but I prefer the Chevrolet's system with the good old lever. You can't beat that. So if you're a value buyer, Chevy all the way. If you want to have maybe a few more features, try the GMC out.